that's good. Tweet out. Well, make sure I'm live first. Yep. Yep. Alright. Here we go. Should be interesting. Okay. Yo, what's up, Benjamin? How's it going? Answer the question, huh? That's what I would like to do today. That would be ideal. Hopefully the audio sounds fine. We're just gonna be, we're chilling for a little bit, okay? We will be starting here soon. I'm gonna do a little farm run real quick, and yeah, we'll see. Actually, I have some other stuff I can do. But, okay. I'm probably gonna do an introduction here in a little bit, but basically there's evidence, evidence just came out that Dream, the big speedrun YouTube Minecraft guy, may have cheated their speedruns. I believe at the time it may have been a world record speedrun too, I believe. I don't know too much about this, so like I'll probably be asking you guys about it, but the main thing you have to understand is I am going to be completely unbiased when reviewing all of this stuff. I've never watched a Dream video. I know nothing about the guy. I literally don't know anything about Minecraft. Well, like I do in the most general sense, but like, you know what I'm saying? So let's just see what we're getting ourselves into. There's a video that just dropped by Geosquare, one of the leaderboard moderators for Minecraft, so we'll have to see what they had to say. Again, I don't even think the moderation team has much reason to lie in this case. So, but yeah, again, we'll be starting here soon, and I'll give you guys a more proper introduction once I'm, I wasn't really prepared to stream right now. Like, I wasn't really in the mindset. I was gonna go make my lunch, everything else like that. What you doing in RS? I'm just doing some dailies right now. We're getting some herb boxes, just bought some battle salves, you know, the usual. I only log in like once or twice a day, so this is my one time a day, and then I'll probably log in later to do this all again. Hopefully this will stop his bad YouTube videos from being recommended to me. Oh, you don't like his videos? Again, I've never watched one. I have no idea if they're good or not. I mean, I would have to assume they're pretty decent if they're getting like 10, 20 million views, right? He's huge. And that's kind of why I wanted to discuss it. You know, normally with speedrun drama stuff, like I like to kind of keep it in the community, like let the community deal with it. But this seems to be much bigger, much broader, and seems to be something that we need to talk about, definitely. And this could also be a case of just somebody taking advantage of our community, you know, taking advantage of potentially like cheating on leaderboards to, you know, gain a huge YouTube following or something like that. So we definitely have to check this all out, make sure what's going on, I guess. But let me just finish this quick little run. This will actually just take 2 seconds because I wanted to wait a little bit before we started so everybody could watch the beginning of the video with me and you could all watch it with me. So I'm gonna go bury a couple of these bones real quick and then we're gonna go. I'll admit it, I really like Dream's content and he was a good runner, but he totally cheated. Well, we'll see. Again, I don't know. All I know is it had something to do with luck. That's about all I know. And you know, normally you'd think, well, what if he just got really, really, really lucky? Apparently he got so lucky that they could not accept his run. Like it's like luck that has never happened, will never happen, like something like that. But again, we'll check out the video and see what's up with that. Let me bury him with the bone. Yeah, let me bury my bones real quick, guys. Come on, don't let me waste my XP here. 1 in, ooh, that's a big number. Was that 100 billion? That's a big ass number, if so. Hmm. What's up, guys? Welcome. He's tweeting about it. Something insider info saying mod said it was bullshit. Wait, Dream's tweeting about it right now? Okay, I guess that's where we'll start this then. We'll start off with Dream's reaction tweets, huh? Huh. Well, all right. You got this right here from me. All right. Let's move over to the React Andy side of shit. Where's my React thing? There we go. Display capture. Get the RuneScape out of here. All right. My 116 run was, should music stay on or off? I'm feeling on. Let me zoom in for you guys too. On. Cool, all right. So Dream right here. My 116 run was just rejected after research due to it being too unlikely to verify. A video was made by a head mod and YouTuber GeoSquare using my name and clickbaiting, cheating speedrunning in order to get easy views. Definitely a response soon. Total BS. So he is not happy about these claims, it seems. It doesn't look like he believes he was cheated. So we already know his position on it. This is not him. This is not a tweet of being like, you caught me. You got me, guys. This is not one of those tweets. No. This is also, interestingly, this is on his secondary Twitter account. So I don't know why he'd prefer to do it on the main one to the second one. I don't know the differences between them, but Bird Up, thank you for the tier 1. Currently have multiple moderators messaging me that they believe that Verdict was biased and that they might quit the mod team. What kind of investigation was this? Well, we're gonna need some names of the mod team, because usually the mod teams it's like a unanimous decision that they end up coming up with. Like it's usually like it's usually a decision that everybody agrees on, or at least the vast majority. So wait, real quick. Let me see how many. Here, let me open up this real quick. 1 second. How many speedrun mods are there? That's step 1. How many? Java edition. So if he's saying that there's several, oh, there's actually a shitload of moderators. Holy crap. Whoa, look at that mod team though. I've never seen a mod team that big. I mean, it makes sense, but okay, now I believe him then. I believe him that there's multiple. I was like, dude, I've never seen a moderator team with more than like not that many. Invite GeoSquare to call? Well, let me watch his video first. Let me at least get like a fresh take on this. We haven't watched the video. We haven't even watched the video yet. Anyways, so no, the Sizzler, GeoSquare is the one who made the video, and I don't really know any of these people, but okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 moderators. So, okay, I could see how they think that. What I know about GeoSquare is he knows a lot about Minecraft. Like he knows a lot about the inner workings of the game. So it would be very interesting to see why he feels this record isn't legitimate. Like he's made a lot of videos discussing it. I had him on commentary a while ago for a competition, and he had a lot of good analysis for that. What else is there? I believe he's the one who found, correct me if I'm wrong, Alan, that he found the seed that they use in set seed. Is that correct? So, you know, he's heavily involved with this, and if there was somebody to know whether somebody was cheating or not, I would assume he to be the person. Well, it wasn't just that the run was unlikely, but 6 straight live streams worth of content that it was unlikely. Yeah, so I'm assuming that because from my understanding, Dream never streamed his runs up until either you were required to, or he just decided that he wanted to start streaming them. So I'm assuming the data that people have regarding his runs are either what public videos he has, or from the live streams that he was putting out. But never think that because somebody is live streaming their runs that they're not cheating. We've seen this many times before where people modifying the values. We've seen it in Forbidden Memories, somebody modifying the values so they get cards better, but then we check into the game code and understand that that isn't possible to happen based off of how the random number generator works. We've seen it in Grand Theft Auto, where somebody boosted up the speed of the vehicles, but what that ended up doing is it made it so the smoke that came out of the tires was actually like way more, like different speeds make the smoke come out different. So when you start messing with stuff like that, it can actually, I guess, kind of have a domino effect and affect other game mechanics that to people that are well versed in the game will be able to point out almost immediately. So I'm assuming that's what they're thinking, that he modified the RNG. I also want to say before we go watch the video, pretty much the last thing I want to say is that whether or not he cheated, it doesn't take away on whether or not he's good. Like people are gonna maybe have the perspective that it's like he can't cheat, he's so good at the game, where that's, you know, we're dealing with somebody with RNG, so his skill level really plays no role in any of this. It's really not up for conversation. We really don't care how good he is at the game. We really just care about if the game's working correctly. So yeah, I know he's probably going into all of that in the video. I wanted to get my thoughts out. I mean, I'm sure some of you guys already watched the video and you probably are like, yeah, easy, yeah, that. But like, I just wanted to kind of get my thoughts out. And when I first saw this, when I'm first kind of thinking about it. So you know what? Let's go ahead and watch it now. And I'm gonna turn off the music and yeah, let's just get into it. I'm just gonna hide my display. So I recently set up a Spotify. I have no idea if you can leak anything by showing your Spotify. I literally made it 2 days ago, so I'm just not throwing it up there for you guys, okay? Let me go find GeoSquare's video. Okay. But hey guys, welcome to the stream, and here we are, GeoSquare. So again, GeoSquare is a YouTuber. So you could assume that there is oh DB, thank you. Anyways, as well. Can you go ahead and redo that again? Just got into the video, yeah. So we could assume that there would be benefit for Geo making a video like this because he's a YouTuber. He could benefit financially from this. He could get a following from this. But my perspective would be that GeoSquare is a leaderboard moderator. First, he was a leaderboard moderator before he was a YouTuber. So I don't think it would be in his best interest for Dream to cheat. Like, I think that would look bad on the community, and if he was wrong, it would ruin his credibility. So he must be very certain that he did cheat for him to make a video like this. Also, it's definitely, like we already see, has 80% dislikes. That's because Dream just made that tweet. Dream's tweet looks like it has more likes than this video has views. This video has 12,000 views, and like Dream's tweet has like 46,000 likes. So yeah, Dream stands are definitely coming in hot, but let's see. Is it for good reason? I do not know. He disabled ad revenue. It's not for the clout. I don't think it is. I'm just saying, like, you know, we have to address that. That's just we have to address that. That, you know, we have to say, is there any benefit that Geo could have? And yes, there is. Like, whether it played a role in his analysis, I'm gonna lean more on not, because he is a leaderboard admin, or moderator, but I'll give him more the benefit of doubt. Okay, that's more of what I would like to say. But let's go ahead and get started on this. Let me look at the peaks and make sure we're good here.
Over the last few months, there have been...
real quick, volume good? Just because I haven't tested anything. Volume good, and then we're good to go, okay? Just from that little bit. Good? Cool, all right. All right, let's see.
Over the last few months, there have been some serious allegations against the popular YouTuber Dream, claiming that he tampered with random loot drops in his Minecraft speedruns. So the Minecraft speedrun moderation team, in a combined effort with mathematical experts in our community, have launched an investigation, which is culminating in the release of this video and a statistical analysis paper that thoroughly examines the case and accounts for bias. That paper can be found in the description. This video, however, is meant to make that information more accessible.
Ooh, bias in favor of Dream.
Debunk any misinformation.
Interesting.
And present circumstantial evidence that isn't proper to fit in our paper's objective analysis. All that being said, please watch through to the end to hear the entirety of our argument.
It could be a little higher, sure. I'll leave it. I'm gonna leave it right here. Okay, no louder than that. I hope that's not too loud. Okay. Wow, what a vibe, Geo.
On October 16th, speedrunner Minecraft posted data he collected from 6 consecutive live streams of 1.6.
Oh, I need to read that. Let me read that. God damn it.
Posted data.
Did you know that Dream traded 266 gold in 24 hours streamed, and 41 of those trades were Pearl trades? This is probability of
collected from
15,
6 consecutive live streams of 1.16 random seed glitchless speedruns by Dream from earlier that month. The data he collected was reviewed by several members of the mod team, and it showed that random piglin barters performed throughout these streams yielded significantly higher ender pearl drop rates, Dream getting an astounding 42 successful trades out of 262 possible trades. These results are exceptional, as they are not only substantially greater than their expected values, but perhaps more notably, substantially greater than the rates from other top-level runners.
I mean,
but
yeah.
just how rare are Dream's trades? To answer this, we first need to look at some basic statistics, specifically at these models called
That's
binomial distributions.
significantly more, but...
The goal of a binomial distribution is to show how likely a random event happens if that event only happens a certain percentage.
Curious on the
time.
actual percentage.
To get a better understanding of these distributions, let's take a look at a class.
Sorry, I'm just gonna read up on chat just a little bit. Yeah, thank you, Zool.
Example, flipping a coin, to see how it works. It's common knowledge that when you flip a coin, it's a 50-50 chance it either lands on heads or tails. But obviously, if you go to flip a coin right now, it's pretty likely that you'll get something like 3 heads in a row. Or at the
I know
very
all
least,
about
something that
coin
doesn't
flips.
fit the 50-50 ratio immediately. Taking this to the extreme, getting something like 37 heads in a row would be pretty rare, while getting something like 17 heads mixed with 20 tails seems about average. What binomial distributions do is quantify just how lucky any one of these scenarios is. Let's take the case where you flip 10 coins and want to see how likely getting any particular number of heads is. Here you can see for each number of heads there's a certain height, which represents the probability that after 10 flips, that's the number of heads there are. So for 6 heads in 10 flips, this is the chance of it happening. But say if you want to look at the chance of getting 6 heads or better, you can add all of these probabilities to get the combined chance. Binomial distributions don't only work for coins though. In fact, every event that either happens or doesn't because of some probability can be modeled through binomial distributions. This is great since we want to understand the odds of getting repeated pearl trades from piglins. The major difference between pearls and coin flips is that pearl trades only have a 4.7 chance of happening, which shifts the distribution to the left considerably and makes the slope a lot steeper.
I didn't realize that was
Hopefully I
the
didn't lose you too
percentage
much
for
on the
it.
math, but now we have the proper
That's hella
skills to
rare.
understand speedrunners' odds of
I
getting
guess now I understand a little bit more why you guys pop off whenever you get around these pigs. I'm gonna be real with you. I had no clue what the fuck was going on.
pearl trades over time. But before we get to Dream, let's take a look at another top runner. In fact, he's the luckiest runner we could find, Illumina. Over the course of 5 streams in September and early October, Illumina was able to trade
Not even linking the video. Ugh.
23 course.
Alright, going back 10
In fact,
seconds.
he's the luckiest runner we could find, Illumina. Over the course of 5 streams in September and early October, Illumina was able to trade 323 gold with piglins in his RSG attempts.
Okay.
From that 323 gold, he got 20 pearl trades. Let's model this with our binomial distribution to see just how lucky Illumina got. Plugging Illumina's trading results into the formula, we get an approximate value of 0.09. This means that there's only a 9% chance of getting 20 or more pearl trades with 323 gold, placing Illumina above 91% of other runners. This is really lucky, but Illumina most certainly did not cheat to get these odds. These kinds of numbers are expected.
Yeah.
When you think of the total number of
You could just get
runners
lucky.
doing attempts. For instance, say about 1,000. Since 1 in 11 of those runners will get comparable luck, about 90 other people did just as well or better than
Alright,
them.
listen guys. On the topic of dream stands, you can't complain before they come. Like, we really haven't dealt with anything in the stream. We can't just like start complaining before anybody even comes in and says anything. Like, I haven't really seen anything. We're just chilling.
Did Illumina get pretty lucky? Yes. Although any statistician will tell you that 0.09 is just a small statistical deviation. But that's just for 20 and 323. Let's take a look at Dream's odds. This
No
isn't
fucking
exactly
way,
a good
dude.
look.
No, shut
Across
up.
6
There's
streams,
no way
Dream
it's that.
bartered
There's no
260
way he's that lucky, dude. Shut up. No way he's that lucky. Shut up.
62 times.
Shut the fuck up, dude. No. No, dude.
Pearl trade.
Dude, no. No. You gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. Oh, dude. I need to see Dream's response to this even. Like, how, I want to know like his explanation for it, but we'll get more into this.
Which when plugged into the
that was
formula,
crazy.
comes in at 1 in 177 billion. It might be a bit difficult to visualize just how
What?
unlikely these odds are, so it's really useful to put Dream's rates in context with
Bro, dude. No way, man just won the lottery.
speedrunners. So members of our community watched through hours of runs to gather data the exact same way Dreams was collected, and we created this graph which shows barters against pearl trades.
Bro, that's
Dreams just
actually
miles above anything remotely comparable or even reasonable, assuming his rates are the
So wait,
vanilla.
you guys did this with like limited amounts of video, right? Because he only had what he streamed. I'm just thinking. Even still, I don't think that really matters. But I'm just 6 streams. Okay.
Values. This information has been public to an extent for over a month now, and Dream has released a document trying to refute the idea that he cheated. The main
Ooh, I
thing
want to
he's
see
saying
that.
is that the data collected was biased in some way, so the extremely high figures in the billions aren't correct. So let's take a look at some of these supposed biases. The first major argument that
Oh,
Dream
I did
pushed-
see that. So that was posted over on Reddit. People were talking about his response on Reddit, and that like Dream kind of consulted like one of his like, let's say math buddy. And it didn't seem like the guy was 100% accurate based off of the responses I read. I'm gonna be very front with you guys. I'm not a math whiz or anything like that. But some of the replies that they had there, and again, it doesn't help. Like, I feel like I might be able to contribute a little bit more especially if I knew more about Minecraft. But you know, if we check over the work, we'll see. And again, I'll be able to discuss with you guys, and you know, be able to reach the conclusion that way. I don't need to know everything.
is that the data is biased because of a stopping rule. He's saying that since he stopped streaming runs because he got a personal best time, that was good because it was lucky. That last data point will be skewed upwards. This isn't the entirety of how stopping rules work, but it is just what Dream mentioned. This is a quite valid concern.
So like, I'm just gonna reiterate what he said there. So he's saying that you guys don't have, is he saying that you guys don't have the full picture because like he PBs and he stops stream, he stops stream when he gets good luck, and then you guys don't get to see what his other luck would be? Is that what he's kind of like saying? The
way to correct for it is actually pretty complex, and we go into it in the paper. Correcting for this bias, the numbers go from 1 in 170 billion to the low number of 1 in 82 billion. Another point that Dream has pushed is that the data was cherry-picked with some...
I want to hear that again. Just, I know what you meant, but...
Correct for it is actually pretty complex, and we go into it in the paper. Correcting for this bias, the numbers go from 1 in 170 billion
so it doesn't help
to
his
the
case.
low number of 1 in 82 billion.
Yeah, gotcha.
Another point that Dream has pushed is that the data was cherry-picked with some selection bias across his 24 hours of footage, or was selected across runners because of having more noticeable RNG. The argument essentially boiled down to, they noticed that my luck was really high, so when they investigated it and found out it was really high, it doesn't count because it was biased. You can check the paper for a rebuttal, but we effectively examined the probability of this happening.
You put that in quotes. Is that cap or?
Even if we checked multiple runners or streams first.
Tell me that's cap.
The bias wasn't nearly strong enough to refute the idea that the odds were possibly tampered with. Look,
okay.
We're the first to admit that
just
the data
making
is
sure.
actually
Just making sure.
biased, but it's nowhere near as tampered with.
No, he didn't say that, guys.
Look,
It's
we're the
fair
first to
phrase.
admit that the
But he
data is
essentially
actually
said
biased,
it.
but
I'm
it's nowhere
guessing.
near as biased.
Here, I need to stop talking over this. My bad.
Look, we're the first to admit that the data is actually biased, but it's nowhere near as biased as it would have to be to disqualify the evidence. The thing with real-world data is that it's pretty much always going to be biased in some way, but the field of statistics was made to interpret this stuff nonetheless, and account for all the errors.
Okay.
In our case, we've overcorrected the bias far enough so that we're biasing in favor of Dream, and we're still getting pretty crazy numbers.
Yeah.
And
Okay, that's
we haven't
fair.
even gotten to the strongest evidence so far. Guess what else
That's fair as long as what Gio is telling me is true. That's fair to say. That they're skewing it in his favor as long as what he's saying is legitimate.
is a random drop chance in speedruns. Blaze rods. Anyone want to guess what Dream's blaze luck was? 1 in 113 billion.
Wait. No, wait, I thought it was just one thing, dude. You're fucking kidding me. No, I thought it... I thought it was like... If he was gonna like cheat, wouldn't he just like raise his odds for like one thing and then like you could get away with that most likely. You could get away with that. Probably.
Again, we go into this in much more detail.
Yo, LA, thank you. I'm baffled. As long as this is all legitimate, I'm baffled. Right now, I am going to take it. I'm going to take it as if it is true. Okay. But then we'll look more into like the sheet and stuff like that when I can actually look at stuff. Okay.
1 in 113 billion. Again, we go into this in much more detail in the paper, and we don't have much time to talk about it here. But the blazes pretty much follow the same logic as the pearls. Here's a graph showing the other runners, and it's pretty obvious they haven't learned how to get Dream luck yet. Now, this really isn't looking too good for Dream. Biasing in favor of him, giving very favorable circumstances, and assuming the best, the odds for all this happening is still around 1 in 678 trillion. Well, that is before we account for p-hacking. Basically saying, let's be generous and say there are 90 ways to investigate 2 types of RNG. If someone malicious was looking to cherry-pick data, then they would just choose the most unlikely one out of the 90. So, since we'd want to correct for this potential bias, we divide 678 trillion by 90 and get a value of 1 in 7 trillion, which, as you may notice, is still a ridiculously large number.
Thanks, Gio. Yeah, you really fucking helped me out with that one, buddy. Yeah, wow. Thanks.
I think that Dream would probably want us to account for...
That's a big number, man.
For a second talking point, the game is glitched. The game is glitched, or Java's weird argument, is something that Dream wrote about in his response, and he claims that Java randomness could just be biased in some way. Dream, despite being a coder, doesn't exactly know what he's talking about here. On our team are some really
I'm just gonna play that back one more time just so I fully understand what you're saying Dream is trying to convey. Okay.
7 trillion. Dream would probably want us to account for a second talking point.
One more time.
The game is glitched. The game is glitched, or Java's weird argument, is something that Dream wrote about in his response, and he claims that Java randomness could just be biased in some way. Dream, despite being a coder, doesn't exactly know what he's talking about here.
Why would it be?
On our team are some really experienced experts on Java randomness, especially applied to Minecraft, and they have all found that there's no way that Java could have just accidentally done any of this. The way Java works is that anytime a random action occurs, it scrambles some numbers internally, so the next random result will look different. The thing with Minecraft is that there are only a few different random generators that account for all the random outcomes.
Oh,
so
really?
Each action is pretty contingent on the entire environment.
Is that like the idea of what a seed is?
I'm sure a question that some people might be asking is that if the per luck and the blaze luck was high, couldn't that mean that both use the same faulty random generator? The problem here is that bartering and blazes actually use distinct generators. Blazes use the entity random, while barters use the world random, which mean they're completely separate and have no way of interacting. Let's take a closer look at Pearl Trades.
Oh, I see. Okay.
While bartering, the player's in the nether.
I see.
What else is in the nether? Lava. Lava also happens to use the world generator, just like the pearls. And there are thousands upon thousands of lava blocks constantly shifting the random generator all over the place, which makes it an extremely entropic environment. Since there is this entropy background radiation, in the time between Pearl Trades, the RNG is completely scrambled, and the amount of scrambling is random itself, which makes it impossible to have any continued interplay between strings of barters.
Whether or not, you know, this ends up being legit, this is a very informative video. I'm saying, like, if we are, like, ignoring, like, let's just say we're ignoring all the Dream stuff, it's a very informative video.
Additionally, there are just some mathematical reasons that mean pearl drops can't influence one another, so there's really no way these numbers could just be the code.
We'll probably take a look at this soon. I'm only skimming it, so try and read as fast as I can. This is how I read college papers. All right. Well, that's definitely too much information to skim.
This begs the question,
to absorb.
It looks like Dream might have cheated. How could he do it? Considering he was streaming at the time, Since it looks like Dream might have cheated, how could he do it? Considering he was streaming at the time, left a lot of people with the idea that there was no way he could have faked a run. This probably stems from the idea that most faked runs in the past were done via splicing, which is pretty difficult to do when you're live streaming and interacting with chat. But the most likely...
Yeah, that's such a stupid argument. Considering yeah, you can just literally like play back a video on stream. It doesn't mean anything. Like, it just doesn't mean anything.
Splicing, which is pretty difficult to do when you're live streaming and interacting with chat. But the most likely scenario is that Dream used some mod or data pack behind the scenes in such a way that would be undetectable to a naive viewer. This becomes a bit more suspicious when you consider that Dream was using Fabric, which is a mod loader that a lot of the community uses for performance increases. From Dream's log files, we can see that he had enabled Sodium, a perfectly legal FPS boost mod like Optifine, and the Fabric API, a mod creation tool. Dream denies that he has any knowledge of how to create mods or do modification with Fabric. We asked Dream for his mods folder specifically so we could check for any modification, but he was unable
get that
to provide
plausible
any evidence
deniability in there.
Nice. Folder specifically so we could check for any modification, but he was unable to provide any evidence since he says he deletes the contents of his mods folder pretty regularly. In Dream's statement, he's acknowledged this and said there is no way to 100% disprove that he didn't cheat by modifying files.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the dude, like big YouTube Minecraft dude, couldn't just ask somebody, like, you know, can just like ask somebody to make it. Like, I don't care if he knows how to do it or not. I didn't ask.
He's acknowledged this and said there is no way to 100% disprove that he didn't cheat by modifying files. Still, there are many people out there who are probably wondering, why would Dream cheat? Personally, I have no clue. It seems like a pretty stupid thing to do, but we can speculate and look at previous cheaters for information. By the way, this section is not supposed to be a part of the objective analysis, and has no influence on the mod team's decision, but considering how Dream Twitter reacted when the news first broke, combined with Dream heavily focusing on this point himself, we thought it would be worse not to address it. Dream is on the record for hating 1.16 speedruns considering the enormous amount of luck involved. In the past, he had gotten frustrated with just how lucky the standards for world records had gotten, openly contesting the validity of Corbanus' world record, which was verified as the first sub 15-minute time. Before coming back to live streaming speedruns, Dream stated that he would stop running 1.16 and focus on 1.15 if he came back at all. And honestly, I agree with him. The RNG is pretty ridiculous for these categories. But just keep this anti-RNG sentiment in mind though, as we take a look at the precedent in other games. Carl Jobs is a speedrunning documentarian, and he's a lot of experience covering illegitimate speedruns and their perpetrators. Here's an excerpt from a Carl video that I thought summed up the historical context really well. It may seem counterintuitive, but you'd be surprised at how often some of the best players inevitably try to fake runs. You might think that having the talent to achieve a world record...
I quoted him on this too. It's good.
Cheating, but it often works against them.
It's good.
Having talent tends to make people feel entitled, and when the game they play doesn't give them the luck they need, they become increasingly frustrated. On top of this, having talent and deep knowledge of a game makes you a better cheater. The fact that better players make better cheaters means that arguments such as, he's such a good player, he has no reason to cheat, are fundamentally flawed. When Billy Mitchell and Todd Rogers were exposed as frauds, this was one of the most common arguments their defenders tried to make. If anything, having a better understanding of a game makes you more likely to cheat. This is why at the top level, proof standards are so important.
Huge facts.
I know the idea of Dream cheating can be unsettling to as many fans out there. I mean, I like the guy too. At the very least, maybe this does pose a plausible motive. Even
Patrick, it's the perfect crime. No, all I want to add to that is I aspire to be as well spoken as Carl Jobs.
Wasn't looking for any placement results. Getting good RNG is just way more fun and entertaining to watch. You can't really fault the guy for wanting a more enjoyable casual experience. The only problem is if he was passing it off as an officially legitimate speedrun. Again, our collective decision as moderators is just based on the objective math, not the theories or feelings around it. But by every metric we've tried, it seems that Dream's odds are just unexplainable. In closing, I want to address one important point raised by Dream. As Dream likes to point out, just because the odds of his luck happening are in the trillions, it doesn't mean that's the same chance of him cheating. I mean, with Illumina's considerably lucky 92% odds, it doesn't mean that there was a 92% chance of him cheating. But the thing that Dream misses is that the odds for the event and the odds for cheating are still correlated. If you perform an infinitesimally unlikely event, then you can be extremely confident that something went wrong that allowed it to happen. Just because something is possible doesn't mean that it's at all feasible. Here the numbers are just so large that they outweigh any conceivable subjective opinion. I'm sure that lots of Dream fans out there will naturally defend Dream, despite the evidence.
No!
After all, the more confident you are that Dream wouldn't cheat, the less this evidence should convince you. But you would need to be almost impossibly certain that Dream wouldn't cheat in order for this not to be convincing evidence. Even given
Dream fans are well-adjusted people that wouldn't just blindly defend their idol no matter what he does. Fuck out of here,
Dream the
Gio.
benefit of the doubt as much as possible. As moderators, there's no real option other than to deem these runs as illegitimate.
All right, guys. Well, since we're in a reaction, we watching Ludwig next. Maybe some Cosmic. Maybe we can watch some reacting. Maybe we could react to people reacting to Sephiroth. Come on, guys. We have a whole stream ahead of us. Let's just move right past this. Okay, no. Let's discuss. Tomato anus, please get out of here. No free clout. All right. So what we always do after finishing a video, we go to the comments. Who get EZScape on this. This is gonna be an interesting comment section, dude. I can't wait. I've been waiting for this the whole video, dude. Well, since Dream tweeted afterwards, all the good comments are here. 1,500 comments, and the video has like 7 trillion. That's 1,000 times more than the amount of people on this planet. What that means is that if every single person on Earth traded the amount of gold Dream did and killed the same amount of blazes Dream did, you could calculate the amount of pearls and blaze rods they get. Chances say not as why? What is this? All right, I'm already done with the comments. Look at the like ratio. Oh, I'm sure that shit tanked. Yeah, get fucked, Gio. You hater. I'm gonna say neutral. I'm gonna click the middle button. All right, so the first thing that interested me was about Dream's response, which was he said so Gio, he says currently have multiple moderators messaging me that they believe this verdict was biased and that they might quit the mod team. You don't just say who, but how many? Like, I for some reason I assumed that when you came forward with this and that you guys made the decision, it was like all of you kind of decided together. But then I realized there's 18 people on this mod team. So everyone is on the same page? Really? Huh. Get him on voice chat? I'm down. I'm down. And then we can start looking at the paper here. Okay, guys. I guess we can get Gio on a call. Gio, do you want to be on a call? Yeah, for a bit maybe. Yeah, you can clock out whenever you want to, dude. We'll probably be taking questions from the chat. You can pull out any that you want to as well. Let me just grab my headphones. They're somewhere in here. Gio, just DM me on Discord real quick. I'm sure you can find it pretty easily. I'll be right back with some headphones, and then we're gonna look into this. Yeah, I'd rather you guys not harass stream over this, actually. Oh, I don't care, dude. TLDR for late people. Dream had some apparently had some incredible luck in his Minecraft runs that went up into the realm of the trillions. I'm gonna unplug my speakers, get my headphones in. I'll be ready here in a second, guys.
Alright, I just started a call with Dream. Or no, not Dream, fuck, Geosquare, dude. Sorry, I was a little tired before I even got this. I was gonna get a nap before I streamed today. That's not happening.
Yo.
Oh, what's up, dude? Let me turn off the music here.
How's it going?
Oh, is my mic? should I keep it like this? Do you guys like that? It's because it's because I plugged in my headphones and it screws up my mic sometimes. Okay, you guys? Can we make it?
Hey, we can make do, you know.
I didn't realize I was gonna get bullied in my live stream, dude. The dream stands, dude. Oh.
Yeah,
All right, let me fix this real quick, I guess. EZScape, shut the fuck up, you guys. Oh my god, I'm so done. All right, I'll be back in like 2 seconds, and then we can talk.
I should be good now.
Yo.
Yeah, you know, I'm just trying to. I've been watching a lot of Corpse Husband, and you know, I was trying that out for a little bit.
You're just a fan, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
How's it going, man?
Oh, dude, it's going. Fun day for you, I guess.
Yeah. Only got like 1 death threat. So
I was ready for
today.
you to say like 10 death threats today.
Only one.
Only one. All right. Hey,
Yeah.
not bad. Not bad. So yeah, like, what's your initial, like, you don't have to expand, but what's your initial thoughts on seeing Dream's response? I mean, Dream, he was super like quick, super prepared on the response.
I mean, obviously he's seen it coming for a while now. We have, despite what he said, we have been talking to him pretty extensively. So I think he probably saw this coming. Like, he didn't know when it was going to happen, but he knew it was going to happen. But I mean, it's so unfortunately unprofessional, and I don't know. It's. I mean, I respected the guy, you know.
I got you.
He's one of the best, you know, Minecraft players out there, and an entertaining dude. You know, clearly has a lot of influence, and he's worked really hard to get it. But just this kind of like wielding of, I don't know, rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, for him to assume that, you know, you're in it for like the way he framed it, like the clickbaiting, cheating, speedrunning, like, but you're being Dream, my guy, you're being called out for cheating and speedrunning. What the fuck do you think he's gonna put in the title?
I mean,
like,
yeah,
that's
we tried to be. I mean, the thing is, I guess it didn't come across as much as I'd like it to be. I pinned a comment. I tried to explain it, but this is really not my video. This is not my content. I helped to make it, but it's like the mod team. It's just a public service announcement. Like, I've disabled monetization on my entire channel.
Yeah, if the video didn't exist, if the video didn't exist, the entire document would still exist. So like, you could really discount all the stuff, like what he said about you personally, and you could literally just like, he could just go to the 29-page paper and dispute that instead, rather than. It seems like I think he's definitely upset because you brought it to his platform.
I don't think that. I mean, perhaps, I'm not too sure. I'm in general, I'm not a big fan of drama. I'm pretty drama adverse. So like all this stuff is just sort of not very interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, like, I think the only platform he can use is like just by calling us biased, and I don't know, because the numbers really just speak for themselves. Like, we really are welcoming any challenges to our math. Like, we
Yeah.
love to correct our math.
And you guys have been researching this for 3 months, 2 or 3 months, something like that.
About yeah, about 2.
Yeah.
Video production took a long time, but
I could tell just watching that.
yeah, I mean, we've taken our time, arguably too long, but we've been really tried to be thorough.
Well, yeah,
with
that just proves, like, you guys were, you were trying to be thorough. You guys were trying to do your job as leaderboard moderators. And it's not, and it's not just you. There's like 17 other people on the mod team that, and then also collecting information about, like, from the other community members. But you guys had this investigation public now, like people were able to come in and give feedback, or no?
Not quite. So we reached out to some members in our community. So the primary, like, the amount of the math, almost all the math was done by people who aren't moderators. So saying that moderators are biased, this is like completely impartial
I
community
see.
members, right? I mean, that's just how it happened to be. But sorry, I lost my train of
No,
thought.
go ahead.
A lot of stuff going on.
Just refresh, and it's all good.
What were you asking?
It doesn't matter. We can just move on to the sheet, dude. It doesn't matter.
Sure thing.
I'm not sure how much of this I actually want to read on stream. Do you think there's like some spots or some spots that I should like prioritize? How is this proof? Did you read it, GGB? Did you what do you mean, how is it proof? How is proof? Ask a better question.
Well, I think what they might be alluding to is that like, there isn't that much precedent on people being, like, ruled out for having very increased odds, right? Because there's no, like, we can't point to a file and say, hey, this is cheated, right? It's just that this blows anything, like, out of, like, with a reasonable
insane
doubt.
I mean, like, when I was reacting to seeing those numbers, I was like, that's that's just actually like, I don't believe that that's the real numbers. Like, I'm still just not even believing it. But again, you guys don't really have any reason to, like, make those up. If you guys want access to this, it's mcspeedrun.com/dream.pdf. You can also just go to GeoSquare's channel, find the video that way. It's in the description.
mcspeedrun.com will eventually get you there too. You just go there.
Yep. So there's a lot of different ways to find it. I'll post it in both chats real quick if you guys are going to be quick on the hyperlinks. But like 1 in 100 trillion odds is that's just unfathomable. Like, it's so insane.
I mean, you got to remember that is very biased towards Dream. 1 in 7.5 trillion. Like, that's an upper bound. Like, that's as favorable as we can possibly be to Dream, right? Without, like, becoming biased in favor of him, like, incredibly biased towards him. So we really wanted to err on the side of Dream the whole time. And I mean, the real number is in the hundreds of trillions, probably. I mean, but we're just sticking with the upper bound, like the smallest number in the trillions, right?
Right. Where can I find Dream's response? Is it entirely in this, or is there, like, kind of like picked out from in this sheet somewhere? Because I was actually a little bit interested in that, like, how he was defending himself on that. Because I think that you can, I think people understand a lot more about the situation when they understand how he's defending himself.
Yeah, sure. I have to find it in the Discord real quick. Basically, the majority of
I have it right here, actually.
Oh, you do?
Somebody sent it to me. I hope that's right. I'm trusting you guys. Okay. Ooh, risky click of the day. Yeah, success.
This looks good. I mean, go ahead and read it if you like, but basically he spends a lot of time focusing on circumstantial evidence, basically saying, hey, I'm a big YouTuber. I have no reason to cheat. Hey, I have no way of cheating. I don't know how to make mods, like this kind of stuff. And then when it actually comes to the statistics, he says, hey, it's biased, so you can't work with it. It's biased, so you can't apply anything to it. which is just false. I mean, and he's not a statistician. He says that he's not a statistician, and that's totally fine. But like, we got the statisticians, and they're saying what they're saying now. Like, we were for a while, we were strongly considering hiring like a statistical analysis, like a professional, right?
Yeah.
And I actually brought it up with Dream. I was like, hey, if the odds, if you're having issues with us being being partial or biased in some way, we can hire a third party. And he's like, no, because third parties are always going to be biased in favor of their hirers, So
I don't know why you couldn't go on somebody like you both agreed on. What like maybe we could bring that back up and be like, if it's somebody he agrees with and you agree with, then what would be the issue there?
I don't think that's in his best interest at this point. But,
no, it's not. But like if that's like, it seemed like he was deflecting, is what I'm trying to get to the bottom of here.
I mean, yeah, it's not. I don't know everything that goes through Dream's head, but yeah, it definitely didn't seem too genuine.
Well, I think just by reading this, you can kind of tell what's going on in his head. Like you kind of, again, paraphrased, but like you can just read right here with like the why. The why is a question that I'm sure is usually much easier to answer than any of the other questions, but in this case, it isn't. I'm a popular YouTuber who actually gets less views by streaming and uploading speedruns. On my YouTube, he like makes it like I only get 9.7 million views on average for speedrun videos, but then when I make my non-speedrunning videos, I get double the piss poor 10 million views. Like it's, I don't know, it's still like, that's still like a ton of views. Like you're still definitely benefiting off of that.
Right. I mean, his perspective is valid, right? But I mean, as moderators, we can't really take his subjective word as like competitive evidence against like these pretty much hard math. I don't know. I mean, we tried to factor as much as we could into our models and into our appraisal of it, but.
Oh, you guys can dislike the stream all you want. I have no horse in this race. You think? Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care if he cheated or if he didn't cheat. I never cared about Dream up until this point, and then after this, I'm gonna continue to not care. So, like, I don't follow Minecraft speedrunning other than watching Simply stream. Like, the whole reason for me going over this is because so you guys can just get my viewpoint on it as somebody that's heavily involved with speedrunning. But like, I find this very interesting. And normally with speedrunning stuff, like I said this earlier, normally we would keep this all like in the community. Like it wouldn't go out, like outside of it, but he's so big, it's basically impossible to avoid. And yeah, also he's kind of gotten like a lot of, he's got a huge audience because of the speedrunning. I mean, he was saying that his 21 on his non-speedrun videos, I thought he did get 20 million views on like even like Minecraft versus Speedrunner or whatever that is, whatever that series is. I have no idea, but
I don't know. I think it's all drops in the bucket to him, but
yeah. I guess I could have zoomed on this if you guys want to try reading it while we're talking here. Like, I'm not sure all what there is to discuss. I'm assuming that like I don't see why you guys would be putting up like false numbers or anything. That's why I wanted to focus on what his defense was, because like I get what your guys' point of view. So how is he defending himself? Like what's the issue? I don't.
I mean, ultimately, we'll have to see when he's going to release a video. I'm sure that's going to paint me very favorably. But I don't know. I really can't see how he could at all spin like the numbers in his favor. I really can't understand how he'd do it, other than like, hey, like I just got really lucky. Like that's the only argument. Like, oh, I just got lucky in a speed run. Why were they banning me? We're not even like strong banning him. We're just the run that was faked. Like,
so he's saying right here, with this information, the mods were able to verify that I did not use the data pack, or at least that is extremely unlikely that I did. But I think in your video you said that he could have possibly used some other type of software to do it instead.
Yeah, so he had a mod creation tool. Basically, like, I'm not too familiar with it myself. I wasn't strongly involved in this section of the investigation, so I'm sorry if I like misrepresent anything. But I'm pretty certain that it's just the Fabric API. So basically, you're able to create mods. So he said, I don't know the exact reasons he gave for why he had it installed, but he wasn't able to provide any evidence in his mods folder or show anything else because he said he deleted it previously, so he just didn't have it, and basically means that like there's an open door that he would have potentially been able to modify the game, like directly modify the rates.
Yeah, it says, he even says right here, another way that was mentioned is to just directly modify game files. I'm actually going to read that paragraph to you. Although, according to multiple people with knowledge of the game, it is not possible with an actual mod or mod loader or modifying the actual game code. This means that it cannot have just been opening a text file and changing piglinbarders.txt or whatever people have implied.
So that's it's
is that
true
like
to an extent,
would that
but
kind
it's not.
it comes off to me like
You-
kind of like a straw man.
Yeah,
Like you say, like you're
So
saying, like
there
as
are
if
ways
as
to
if it was
modify.
as if that's what you were saying, as if you were saying, yeah, piglinbarders.txt. That's what we were saying.
Mhm. And again, I wasn't expert in this scenario, right? But from my memory of what happened, it is very close to being almost exactly that. Like you have to modify a couple more files, and like you have to delete a file, and then you can modify a couple. Like you can modify the direct loot tables, but it's pretty much about the same. And there are other avenues. So he had the Fabric API. That's a different avenue that you could have done it. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also, guys, this is not Dream's response to Geo's video. This is his response
is
when the
prior
accusations kind of went out in the first place, right? Like,
Yep.
yeah. So like, this doesn't have the context of what is public now against him. So he's obviously not going to be defending himself against everything. So. So okay, again, we're going to continue on with this. This leaves the third and final option, which is a modded client or just a mod through a mod loader. I use Fabric, so that's what we were talking about before while on 116, because that is what almost every speedrunner uses now.
That's true.
Which, yeah, him using Fabric doesn't make him any more or less capable of, doing this stuff, but or like of cheating, I guess I want to say.
Well, Fabric itself does sort of open the door for this, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like it makes it it makes it possible though. Yeah.
Mhm. But it is very standardized. Like a lot of runners use it, but they don't use the specific Fabric API. That's like a specific thing that you have to install in order to like mess around with modifying stuff.
So this just makes the game run smoother for everybody, so everyone's kind of on like a level playing field. Is that what it is, or
Right. So there's like Sodium. I don't know if people are familiar with Minecraft, but Optifine is basically Sodium's the new Optifine. So it basically speeds up the game. It just just optimizes it, right? But the thing is that he also had this other mod loader, mod creator installed. So that was like the main suspicious thing. Again, this is all circumstantial evidence. Like in our paper, we didn't address this because it's not exactly relevant. We can't prove anything. He can't prove anything. So it's sort of like he said, she said. We're just relying on the complete math,
Sodium boosts my performance, allows me to use higher render distances, which I mentioned in Discord before, and is just obvious. Well, I was going to say that is obvious if that's what the point of it is. Yeah. Oh wow, this is going into a bunch of stuff here.
He basically claims how he doesn't know how to code mods. But I think it ends up resolving as there's no way to prove it. Because clearly it's just a he said, she said kind of deal.
Yeah, I'm silently reading some of this, but if you want to pull out any comments out of chat, feel free. Choose your poison with YouTube or Twitch chat. I'm just reading the final paragraph here.
Yeah, Blue Crystal, another mod in chat, brings up a good point. Dream very frequently codes plugins, which are not the same as client mods. So it doesn't mean that just because he knows how to do one, it doesn't mean the other. But also, Shadow Lugia, he wrote a bunch of the paper. So if you want to analyze our paper a little later, he'd be a great guy to.
Yeah, if you guys want to analyze do your own analysis, there's quite a bit to read through. But if you want the full picture, if you want, the full perspective, you definitely need to do that. Quote unquote, Dream got lucky in an RNG full game. Yeah, I guess so. But yo, Palu, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Any link to the paper? Yes. I'll go ahead and link it again. I know people are gonna keep asking. Actually, yo, Alan, are you still? You should be still watching the stream, right? Can you go to my live dashboard on the second channel and add it to the description? It's just gonna be hard for me to do right now. Yeah, we'll add those into the YouTube description for you guys. I literally just did the math on Desmos graphing calculator. It's exactly right. I mean, so far, I mean, I don't think that the moderators are looking for an opposing. I don't want to say opinion. We're not looking for opinions here, but like counter evidence. Like they want to. They would rather Dream not be a cheater, I would assume.
Oh yeah, like we have a lot to lose. Like a lot of our community has grown on the back of Dream. And I mean, personally, like as a content creator, like putting this out as a, you know, on behalf of the mod team, I have a decent amount to lose myself, you know. It's not like this is a positive situation for anybody involved. This is,
I mean, yeah, if you just make a video with Dream in it or Dream in a thumbnail, you're probably guaranteed 1 million or 2 million views, you know.
Well, the thing is that when you're sort of telling the people who would click those videos that Dream cheated, they're not too happy. I don't know. So
and then I guess he's going into the sampling bias. Do you want to reiterate for people coming new into the stream kind of what that argument was and why it doesn't work here?
Yeah, sure. I'm not too familiar with exactly what Dream was using, what language he was using, but basically there were several types of biases. One of which was like, he said, well, you only started looking at my runs because they were lucky, right? Like somebody in the community said, hey, a bunch of these runs are super lucky. Like it seems way out off the charts. So he gathered all the data and started investigating it. So the thing is that can actually introduce some bias, like I'll mess up the correct term, but I'm pretty sure selection bias. But the thing is, like, we're able to correct for it still. We were able to
selection or sampling bias. I'm sure it's this kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah, sampling bias.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it reduces the odds, but it's not like it doesn't disqualify the evidence. Like we're able to correct for it. And other things he was saying, like, oh, the last run was a PB, and he stopped running after the PB, so like that last data point will be shifted up, which is like he's trying to describe this idea of a stopping rule, basically like, hey, Dream, you're gonna stop after whatever. So we basically made this simulation using this code. It's pretty good in the paper. It's Shifty Sam. Shifty Sam is trying to screw over Dream, but we're basically able to say, hey, we're able to correct for this, and there's still an upper bound, and we're way below it, you know, or we're at the upper bound, right? We're basically able to correct for all the different types of biases, and we go through it in much detail in the paper. Again, Shadowluya is your guy for that, but
yeah. There was that other guy who made a video.
Oh,
wait, the shell guy, whatever. I actually did see this. You could see in my thing. It's all the way played through. What was your opinion on this video? It was actually
it got some stuff wrong.
I
really wish that he didn't publish it like this. Like this sort of prompted like a lot of people getting to know about the situation before we were able to present the data.
Yeah.
So it's sort of unfortunate. Like, I mean, Shell Guy can do his own thing, but it's the data in the video is not completely accurate. He makes some mistakes, and it's not at all related to our investigation. Like, we were working on this before he did, and we took nothing from him. The only time we mentioned Shell Guy in the paper is that he was doing it wrong. So,
like, I see.
Yeah. He
actually didn't get shit on nearly as much as I thought he would, though. Like, for a guy with like 1,000 subs.
I mean, there is some merit. I mean, there's definitely merit in what he's saying, right? But the thing is I don't know. I just wasn't personally a fan, considering that, you know, I sort of am a part of the moderation team, and we sort of are the ones who have to deal with this. I wasn't exactly a fan of the presentation, but Michelle guy can do what he wants. You know?
Right. Yeah, but bum, like, for what you would assume it to be. Yeah. I think we're just gonna pull out a couple. Like, I don't even really need to expand on this too much else. Probably until we see Dream's response, at however long that takes.
Yeah,
I'm like, do you guys have any questions? Is there something that Gio said in his video? Yeah, how about that? Is there anything in his video that you guys didn't understand, don't agree with, and like definitely have some reasons why? I'm sure that they're going to be taking, the Nomad team's going to be taking as much feedback as they can here, whether they like to or not, in the next coming week or not. But if there's any like short good questions you guys have. I don't have anything. I really don't have anything until I read through the entire sheets. I'm not going to do that on stream though. Like I'm not. I do plan on reading through all of this though.
It's a bit dense, yeah.
Like it just wouldn't be that interesting for me to read a 29-page paper to you guys. As much as some of you may love it.
That's probably a good call.
So somebody says, how did they adjust for the cherry picking bias in the paper? Not a dream stand. Just interested.
Oh man, I'm not. Do you mind if I add a shadow in here?
Oh yeah, go for it.
All right.
Read the whole thing with deep voice. Can you please read the Twitter thread? I did it a little bit ago. I mean, are you talking about all the replies of like all of his friends memeing on this? Like clearly not taking a single-sided position because they may also think he might have cheated, so they're just making big old jokes. Oh, somebody says, okay, this sounds like it's from Trump. Wait, if you can look at my stream. I'm so done, dude.
Wait, could you set my?
I'm sorry. Like I still, I'm still waiting on like confirmation to make sure that he cheated or whatever. I just find that hilarious. Okay. All right. Well, that's all we needed to see of that. All right. But would you need to do we have to like add each other or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
For a group, yeah.
Did he send me a friend request? I just accepted yours.
I think I can add him now.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you're friends with him and me, so you should be good at him. Dream just put out a video about stands.
Hello?
Did he? Oh, what's up, dude?
Yo, how's it going?
What's your name again?
Lugia? Shadow Lugia?
Okay. Yeah, nice to meet you.
I was one of the people that was sort of suckered into this to do the math research paper stuff. So. Okay. Well,
coming in here right away, do you have anything to add or contribute from what you've seen on the stream so far?
Yeah, I mean, the important thing that I think Gio said is that, like, I mean, aside from all the math and stuff, is that
yeah, I'll turn him up even more. 1 second. But go ahead.
The notion that the mod team had like any sort of investment in the decision, or like we were out to get Dream, or like we have some sort of special interest. Like, obviously I'm not a mod, but
okay.
But I think like the fact that the mod team went out of their way to get math people and statistics people like myself and a few others who I don't know if they want to be named publicly, so I'm not going to. But the fact that they went out of their way to do that and still found Dream to be guilty, it's like the mods have a lot of reputation to lose by. In the eyes of the Dream stands, at least. So
okay. Oh, somebody actually did ask a good question, which kind of just, I'm probably going to rephrase their question, but Vivid Biomass said, why is the evidence enough to axe the runs, but not enough to ban from leaderboards fully? Would you treat someone else like this? So is he banned from the leaderboards, or just that run's removed?
So we're currently like evaluating our moderation policy. We're doing a bunch of reform, like, I don't know, the community sort of exploded, and we're trying to reevaluate the way we do things. So one of the things that we're still in the works of, figuring this stuff out, and we're not, probably shouldn't say too much, but basically in our current rule set, if players previously cheated a run, they're still able to submit to the boards, providing that they don't get like SRC banned or whatever. I mean, I'm not a fan of that, but they're still able
I'm
to
not a
submit
fan
to
of
the board.
that really depends. It depends. That, you know, if it really depends on what they did. But go on. Yeah. I was gonna expand on that, but I'm like, nah, not for today. That's not today's discussion. But go
That's a
on.
whole other thing.
It is loaded.
Anyway, so they have the burden of proof rather than us having the burden of proving it false. Right? So if they have previously cheated, they have to provide everything, all the documents. They have to have exhaustive proof of why their run is correct, and then we can evaluate it. So that's just sort of our moderation philosophy going into the future. We're planning on asking the community about it and trying to get feedback because we really just want to represent the community. But for now, we can only prove that that one of his runs submitted was faked. So I mean, it's not fair to evaluate the prior runs on different rule sets than they were accepted on. So for now, just that one run has been removed. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. No. I definitely like that perspective. I'm not a leaderboard mod on like any leaderboards, so I appreciate your perspective on that. I definitely know a lot about like speedrun rules and stuff, but there are certain like situations you can get yourself in that I just end up being clueless on. I'm like, I don't know what I would do. I'm so lucky I don't have to do this. Like, seriously.
Yeah, definitely a lot.
It doesn't seem like fun. You're in a position where you have a game that can be cheated by changing RNG values, and that's when it's really, really difficult to decide if someone's cheating or not, is when their luck's too good. And if there isn't kind of like what I was saying before, like if there isn't like a domino effect in the game where you change the RNG values of this and then it starts affecting other gameplay mechanics, it's really difficult to identify. And you can really only look at, you know, you like I think you said in the video, you kind of have to look at like the luck the guy got and be like, all right, is this cheated? Like you have to use that as evidence. And when it's going up into the trillions, it is suspicious to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, Shadow, I don't know if you have any perspective on this, but like it just outweighs any possible, like any conceivable notion of how it could be correct, you know?
Yeah, so the probability that Dream got, well, I mean that he cheated to get, but the probability that was observed in Dream's streams is like, I don't remember if this was for the value before we did all the bias correction, but it was like 8 standard deviations above the mean, which basically means really unlikely. And I think CERN, like particle accelerators, declare that they officially discovered new particles on Earth with like 5 standard deviations of evidence. So like the notion that like, oh well, it still could have happened is like no, it couldn't. Like it's so far unlikely that like it's just not possible. Even with all the corrections, we still got a value that's so far away from the average that it's above a standard for particle physicists. So, yeah. I mean, the math is boring, and I don't want to just drag everything down with that. But the basically any argument that says, well, it still could have happened is like it's just not true.
I think anyone interested into the math stuff of this is gonna have a field day going through your paper. Don't worry.
I can't believe we did that, but
it's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think you need to. I'm looking forward to reading it. Like honestly, dude, I can't tell you the last time I read 29 pages of anything, dude. This is gonna be a new chapter of my life. We're only going up from here.
Kind of a banger. So it's a hot bestseller book.
All right. Well, okay, guys. Honestly, unless there's any last questions, anything else that you guys want to ask, there's really not much for us to say until we see Dream's new response. I don't want to go based off of his previous response, although that is still evidence of his perspective at the very least of when they were investigating all of that. There really isn't too much to add right now. For the people asking whether this will be turned into a second channel video, probably. I like my clout check. No, but I think that we did have some legitimately good stuff here to discuss. And And Gio, as long as you don't mind me doing that with your video, because a lot of your videos are going to be in it, that's up to you,
no
I
worries,
guess.
no worries. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah.
But yeah, and then we'll just keep it posted. I'm gonna do a little bit more research for if we do. We might do another one of these streams once we know more information. Or the thing is, it could not even be Dream coming up with new information, but an external source. Now that there's a ton of eyes on this, and we'll see if anybody else comes up with something different. The moderation team is completely open to it. I'm sure they're completely open to being proved wrong. Like you guys have to understand that. You really do have to understand that they're not out to get Dream. Dream is not like what wasn't like an enemy before this and now they're like getting back at him. There's nothing like that. So we really want to get to the bottom of this, and it's about leaderboard integrity at the end of the day.
Right. I mean, it would be disingenuous not to rule the way we did, I feel. But yeah, that's about it.
Yep. That's pretty much all I have, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and stop stream for now. And I'm going to go ahead and read through all of the PDFs. I'm going to read through Dream's response. So basically what I'm going to be reading through, if you guys also want the full picture, we have Dream's response here. I don't know where you can find it, so you guys got to be quick with getting this. I'm just going to paste that in here. If you want Dream's response, not to this video, Dream's response to the accusations being come out like in the first place, that is what this is. Don't base it off of him responding to this video, because that's not what this is. But if you want to know a little bit more around what Dream's perspective of his run is, this is the best place to look right now. So I'm reading through this. And then I'm going to read through the entire 29-page paper. And then I'll be back later tonight, not with this. I'm probably going to just play some Bloons Tower Defense or something like that and learn how to speedrun it or something like that, okay? So stay posted on this, guys. Keep an open mind about everything. And, just know that anybody is capable of cheating. It doesn't matter how big they are. It doesn't matter anything like that, and there needs to be due diligence here, okay? I appreciate both of you guys for coming on call to talk with me. I'm sure this is not like the easiest thing for you guys to do, especially like with what is going on right now, but I do, I think, I do, and everybody else appreciates you guys for coming on to, clarify everything, so thank you. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. All right, guys, I'm not gonna host or anything. We're just gonna get off. So I may catch you guys later, but make sure you guys read up on that if you want to know. And